Hey, brother, it's Dan Dorr with Good Guys to Great Men. And
Steve Horseman with Good Guys to Great Men. How are you guys?
today we're going to talk to you a little bit about our retreats, and in particular about the UK retreat, which is coming up at the end of June. We've got a few spots left, and we would love to have you there with us. First, I want to talk about what's the difference between the different retreats that we run. The UK retreat, in particular, is around being open hearted, being a leader, knowing exactly where you're headed, having a clear path for yourself that you're committed to. That when you think about it, when you envisage it, it motivates you, it stirs some kind of emotion in you, and it makes you become more of a man, more of yourself. So, first, I'm going to ask Steve to talk about the retreat that's just finished, so the ranch retreat. Steve, tell us a little bit about that.
The retreat we just finished was the May Ranch retreat here in Colorado. Like all of our retreats, it's like a bunch of guys, like 8 to 10 of us together. And the ranch retreat, while it focuses on who are you really and what do you really want and where are you going with all this, Dan will tell you about how the UK retreat is different. The feeling during a retreat is one of incredible connection, incredible laughter, incredible insight, an incredible a feeling that you're doing something different than you've ever done before. And why can't the rest of my life be like this? That's what I love about these retreats.
Right, so the ranch retreat, you use horses. You use horses how to help guys understand how to be a better leader, how to lead themselves, how to lead their lives, and how to lead their relationships, how to be a better leader, how to be use pressure in the right way rather than the wrong way, how to invite somebody to follow your leadership, and using that in kind of subtle communication, but actually being confident in yourself comes out in a lot of subtle communication, right? Body language, tone of voice, etc., etc. This is stuff that we go through with our guys in one-on-one coaching. The UK retreat is a little bit different. We call it the open-hearted leader, and it's really about creating that vision of the future, creating a real inspiring, motivating plan for where you want to create. What do you want to create in the future? Where are you headed? Who are you going to become as a man? Who are you going to become as a partner? Who are you going to become as a lover? But really having a vision in lots of different areas of your life, having clarity in that vision, and then we break that down so that you can then have a plan as to how you're gonna make that actually happen in your life. We will help you to paint a picture about your future. We will help you to create an energy about your future. We'll help you to create a picture that is not just, I've got a plan for the future, but it's, I really have to make this happen. So, in other words, we will keep refining and honing with you until we get to the point where you're creating and talking about a picture of your future that is so inspiring and motivating to you that you can't say no to it. In other words, you have to make it happen. It has a real visceral effect on you, on your emotions, on your energy. You can't help but think about it and want to take action on it.
Yeah. I can't wait for it. I can't wait to see the lights come on for guys as you become more excited about creating what you want instead of feeling like you're stuck in a routine or into some kind of story that's been going on for years that you don't really have any control over. That's how a lot of us feel. This retreat sends you back home with a spring in your step, a smile on your face, and the realization that if you want your 10 years to be incredible, it's entirely up to you. And that's the good news because now you get to take the reins and start creating from a new place.
I always like to say to the guys, by the time you finish this retreat, the place you'll be coming from is a very trusting, relaxed, open place. You know, the energy is actually really calm. So it's strange because we've just been talking about your energy being motivated and inspired and, you know, really feeling that inspiration and motivation kind of coursing through you. And because we do the practical part of this too, in other words, you know, how is this going to look? What's it going to sound like? What's it going to feel like? How are you going to start creating it? What do you need to do? What do you need to look at? How do you need to do some research around it, etc., etc., etc.? Because we do the practical part too, it helps you to relax. It helps you be calm. You know it's going to happen. So then you take the action that needs to happen. So there's an element of belief. And that's what we're really working on is your own belief in your ability to create that future, to create what it is that you want to have. And that's what we will work on that is going to really help you to have that confidence, solid, grounded confidence, which is this is going to happen. And when you get to that place of knowing that this is going to be in your future, the actions that follow that are actions that naturally end up with what you want. The path is going to be windy, right? It always is. Stuff always comes up unexpected, etc., etc. But getting to you to that place of conviction in yourself, clarity of direction, belief and self-trust, that's the thing that really starts to make things happen. And it's such a grounded energy. It's a very attractive energy. I always talk about masculine energy being quite directed, quite forthright. Some people call it penetrative, but it needs to have somewhere to flow, right? And we're very generous with that energy. I think masculine energy is very generous. But to be able to be generous with that energy, to be able to channel it in the right way, to be able to take the actions that you need to create the future that you want, you've got to have a vision. And that's what we're going to be working on.
You just reminded me of the hardest part of the retreat is getting on the plane or in the car and going home because you reach this point of calm, steady, confident consistency in your body. When you leave, you're going back to what you think will become more anxiety. We're going to take away anxiety and you're going to learn how to live with less anxiety, more slowness, more amusement than you have before. And that's what makes things happen easier for you. Why don't you
Look at
show
it.
a picture or two? Do you have a
Uh,
picture? Look at this place.
So this is the farm that we're going to be staying on. We have the whole place. We've got all the grounds and everything. It's the best time of the year in the UK, so you get to see all of the rolling countryside. We're going to be in the Peak District, which is an amazing part of the country. What's the kind of accommodation, etc., that you're going to get? All your food is provided. Here's an example bedroom. It's really nicely done. This venue is just a really beautiful place to spend some time. It's a retreat, so you're going to relax, right? We want to make sure that you're going to relax. So we've made sure that the quality of what we're providing in terms of accommodation, obviously coaching, but also food, refreshments, and we're going to be going off and doing some activities and stuff too. So all of that stuff is taken care of. You just have to show up.
I love it. I hope to see you guys there.
Take it easy. See you guys.